What's going on, guys? FearSpartans here. In today's video we are playing Call of Duty World War II. I just haven't played this game since Black Ops 4 came out, or even really since the beta, really. I kind of stopped playing around then, and I don't know, I never really hated this game as much as a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, there was not a lot of content at launch, so if you didn't really have the Season Pass, you were stuck with, what, like 9-10 maps like the whole year, except for the few free maps that they gave out here and there. I think this was actually one of the free maps that they gave out at some point in time, so not a terrible gig. But besides the lack of maps, I mean, the other probably bad part about this game was just the lack of power and the score streaks. I think that was another big issue. And then another issue might have been the kind of color scheme in the game is kind of lackluster, because, you know, they're trying to keep it realistic, or not realistic, but somewhat realistic to the World War II theme, very dark time in, you know, just world history. And so they try to keep it that way, but it just kind of makes the game a little bit more bland and boring, especially when we've had a bunch of years with futuristic shooters where everything was, you know, bright and popping on the maps and all that sort of stuff. So definitely was a change of pace when this game came out compared to what we had, and I enjoyed it partly because I was good at it. It was one of the first times since like Call of Duty Ghosts I was like really good at a Call of Duty game, so I think that's personally why I enjoyed it. I think I had like about a 2 KD in this game, because I was not the best at the futuristic shooters, I'll be honest with you on that one, but I also just put a lot more time into this game too compared to the the jumping Call of Duties, if you will. But yeah, we're just doing a little live comm here, going over the World War II, playing it in 2019, so holy cow. Time goes fast. Call of Duty has been around forever, and this game, I don't know. Definitely not my top 5, I don't think, but it's still a fun game in my opinion. I'll definitely rather play this any day over Black Ops 3. I can't go back to Black Ops 3. Going back to those games nowadays is just so hard. After now, this is our second year with Black Ops 4, boots on the ground, so I'm glad, and hopefully it'll stay that way. Hopefully we never go back to boost jumping Call of Duty games. Oh. And I think the thing about this game was they were just too ambitious. They tried to completely take away the pick 10 system that we have seen, and kind of became popularized. And I don't think any Call of Duty studio should revert out of the pick 10 system. I just don't think it's a very good idea. I think pick 10 should be here to stay forever. It just works in Call of Duty, because in this game you get a lot of grenade spam. And that's not really fun. So they tried the division system, it didn't work out. Had they just done the pick 10 system from the get-go, I honestly think this game would have been like one of the most enjoyable Call of Duties for a lot of people. But the fact that the division system kind of screwed up like the gameplay for a lot of people, I just think that turned a lot of people off. Plus, Fortnite came out while this game was out, so it's kind of hard to compete with Fortnite. So can't really blame them, especially when Fortnite was like at its peak back in fall of 2017, I believe that was. So best time to play Fortnite was back then, and this game directly competed with that, and it just was not able to do so. Alright, get a couple kills here, going on a little streak, see if we can get our artillery. Really hear footsteps in this game compared to Black Ops 4. I do like that. If you have a headset in this game, it's so much better than in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 footsteps are a little quiet, so. Oh, that guy got turned on. No idea where these guys are at. There we go. Oh man, we went on a little streak there. 21-9, not too bad. I do give them credit though for kind of changing that division system, even though it kind of failed at the get-go. They tried to make it work, And the game was really fun until I feel like they went back to like adding some BS. They added the riot shield, and that was kind of annoying to deal with. They added the riot shield back in like the summer or something, and it just made it a lot more annoying. And the game became vastly different once they added that. But after like April, from like April to like probably July, I'd say this game was really fun. And then just in August, Black Ops 4 had the beta, and then Black Ops 4 came out in October, a whole month early this year. So World War II didn't get to enjoy a full year compared to other Call of Duties of enjoying a full year before the next one comes out. But Activision wanted to push out Black Ops 4, and it's kind of failed so far. It wasn't ready to go at launch, and there's still so many issues with the game. Still not a lot of content in that game either at launch. I mean, there's a lot of content, but like not a lot of new content, I should say. Alright. Let's see where these guys are at. I just really like the gunplay in this game too, so. One of my better Call of Duties, as I've said, man. Boots on the ground. So much better at boots on the ground. There we go, got a couple kills. Yeah, the streaks in this game were really weak. They kind of buffed them up a little bit, but they didn't. I don't think they did enough to really change this effectiveness of the streaks. This game. Unfortunately, we would have gone in the spawn. Headquarters, though, was also really fun. I like how they kind of copied, like, Destiny, because that was the main thing about the Headquarters. That was pretty much a total copy off of Destiny. And Destiny 2 died out super quick, so it's kind of weird how that kind of worked out for them. Take something off the game, and that game completely dies, and you don't really even think about the Destiny area anymore, really. Just because Destiny hasn't really performed as well as a lot of people thought it would, either. And I think the community just gave this game too much hate. The game did a lot of good things. I just think it, once again, they just were too ambitious with that launch. But at the same time, they didn't have enough content at launch. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And really turned off a lot of players and kind of made it boring. Like, I had Season Pass, so I was lucky. I got DLC maps. But if you didn't have the DLC maps, like, you're kind of screwed. Another good thing I think they did was the seasonal content. The seasonal content was so much fun. I wish Black Ops 4 would do that. I'll probably do that in another video. What Black Ops 4 needs for multiplayer, because the seasonal events in this game were really fun. From Winter Siege to the Days of Summer to, I think they also, didn't they have a spring one as well? I'm sure they did. They had the Resistance one. There's just so much that they did in this game in terms of seasonal content that just made you want to get on the game for a little bit, at least to check things out. I got turned on really hard. But something Black Ops 4 hasn't done. I know that Black Ops 4 has operations, but it's not really seasonal content as of yet. That could change. They could make some changes and actually do real seasonal content. But as of yet, Black Ops 4 hasn't done that, and this game just did it so much better. They really took what Modern Warfare Remastered did and just put it on a new level. And I think a lot of people were hoping that Black Ops 4 would do that as well. And it kind of looked like they were with the operations, but they just haven't done it, unfortunately. And I think this was a free map, so there is a lot more free content in this game too. Like Black Ops 4, I remember we got a statement from Activision saying Black Ops 4 is going to have the most free content we've ever seen, and I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen it because I don't really count outfits and weapon camos as free content. I count maps, and I don't even really count specialists as free content, because you know Zero was made well before the game launched. They just waited to put it off into the game at a later date as additional content or something. Alright. Game's coming down to an end here, but let me know what you guys' thoughts are on World War II. I re-downloaded it, and I just have a fun time playing it, honestly. Never really hated it. Grenade spam, it's not been bad in this game, but back in the day, it was just terrible. Like, if you go play Shipment, it is awful, but, I mean, if you're playing Shipment, you should know that's coming for you. So let me know what you guys' thoughts were on World War II and how Black Ops 4 has maybe changed your kind of opinion on how well World War II was, because it really hasn't changed mine, but it kind of made me realize I'm just a really good player in World War II. This is literally like one of my first 5 games on since I've been back, and I'm like 44 and 18. So Black Ops 4 is just, it's so hard to get individual kills. It's really hard to get streaks, and that's just another reason why I like World War II compared to it. Black Ops 4 is just so hard to get streaks with how much health people have. In this game, people die at like a really good pace. Like, it's not too fast, not too slow. Perfect balance, I feel like, in my opinion. But yeah, let me guys know what you guys' thoughts are on Call of Duty World War II, and if you guys have played it since 2019, has been a thing. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.